Hey guys, we're back with some more Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni, better known as Higanbana, translated meaning the unforgiving flowers blossom in the dead of night. I come back to this title screen every time so I can make sure to say that right. And did we get any more notes? Nope. Last time, Sensei murdered Marie. And, yeah, he's hiding her body right now. Diving into the first empty classroom before the restrooms, hiding Marie's body in the shadow of a platform. It's kind of a... I said earlier it's more similar to Higurashi, and I guess that's not wrong. It's definitely way different than Higurashi. You know, in Higurashi, there's a sense things aren't right. There's a conspiracy here. You know, whether it was magic or not, but this is humans just, you know, being humans, I guess, to put it bluntly. Although, I mean, there is, you know, that magic, that yokai aspect we saw earlier. Diving into the first empty classroom before the restrooms, hiding Marie's body in the shadow of a platform, also try to conceal my breathing. As I predicted, around 4 girls made an uproar while running through the halls. Should I suddenly reveal myself and go scold those girls for running through the halls? No, that kind of pointless act wasn't necessary. Staying here right now and hiding my breath is a much better plan. Finally, while arguing about whether the girl really saw it or not, the 4 bustling girls in their excitement began to turn back. For a little while after that, I held my breath. While I was sure the old school building had returned to complete silence, I really liked the song. I only breathed a sigh of relief. I don't know if that's breathed or breathed. They both sound wrong. The area had already begun to get fairly dark. I used an abandoned storehouse to temporarily store Marie's body. After returning to the staff room, I pretended to finish work as I waited for nightfall. Since in recent years, this school's implemented an automated security system, there's no night guard. So if I waited until the middle of the night, there'd be no one there. Speaking of the security system and the like, I may have given the impression of rigorous surveillance with security cameras and whatnot, but it's nothing that extreme. There's just sensors placed all over the school's doors and windows, checking to make sure they're not broken into. Furthermore, they only work after the last person to leave turns them on. So basically, if I waited long enough, I get my chance to be completely alone in the school. So, with the school completely empty under the darkness of the late night, dragged Marie's body from the storehouse, took her to the outhouse behind the prefab school building. This toilet was a fairly old squatting kind, while the waste had to be pumped out from the gigantic septic tank buried underground. Originally, the drainage system should have been changed, but at the same time this prefab was made, it seemed they intended to quickly tear down the old school. But since it wasn't destroyed and was always being used, both flush toilets and squat toilets came to exist at the same time in this strange state of affairs. Someone just comes to empty the septic tank sometimes, just not like they completely empty its contents, much less peek at the bottom. And so if I tossed her inside the septic tank, no one should notice. That's gross. Might be found someday, but that might be in the future after the body is turned into a skeleton. Covered in... Oh, does that... You know, there's kids watching. We can't say that. We can't say that. Nope. Eating my maggots. That's totally fine, though. Not gross at all. What kind of trace could they find on those skeletal remains? The most they could think is that she accidentally fell on while playing. I uncovered the drainage pipe for the septic tank. For a moment I winced at the horrible hot stench. Phew. Then I shined a light on Marie's body with a flashlight, checked to make sure I didn't leave any suspicious marks. It looks alright. It's not as if she lost her shoes along the way and left them somewhere in school. Suddenly I noticed something was a little out of place. Where was her right sleeve button? The clothes Marie wore had decorative buttons on the sleeves. Looking at her right sleeve should have had one, but it wasn't there. Her arm lay bare. Maybe I dropped the button somewhere. No, maybe she didn't have one on her today to begin with. Searching the school for a single button was impossible. Rather than worrying about that, I was aware that I had to immediately dispose of Marie's body, and I did so without hesitation. From within the deep and unusually large septic tank came an echo with a plop sound. After that somewhat disagreeable sound, it too was replaced by the sounds of the insects of the night disappeared. I returned the drain's cover to the way it was before. It's fine. No one knows a thing. No one saw me. What's that? Is that... Let me turn my volume level. This is a cool song. But as I walked briskly and returned to the staff room, there's a teacher in the staff room who witnessed me and kept questioning me. While this worst-case scenario filled my mind, it was impossible. The staff room was filled with silence. Except for the annoying sound of the ticking hands of the wall clock, there was nothing there. After all, I already checked that all the teachers aside from myself had left the school before I went and disposed to Marie. That's the natural thing to do. This guy's gonna end up going insane over that button, right? That's pretty relatable, actually. Like, you know, when you do something you don't want other people to find out about, you know, just end up double checking, triple checking to make sure it's okay. Done that? What if I done that over? Oh yeah, that one time I hit a button. No, not important. Not it. There wasn't any need to laugh, but I was exhilarated that the annoying cleanup job was all over. Felt like fulfilling it since this laugh. But the cause of my laughter wasn't just that alone. That's right. My quick thinking back in that bathroom. That girl testing her nerve came and laughed. Came and knocked. I thought it was over. But then, pretending to be that Mesomeso-san I had heard about was beyond amazing. That girl will probably spread the news to people she meets every day starting tomorrow that she met Mesomeso-san. And then the school will certainly say that a yokai named Mesomeso-san exists, and a legend will be born. That meant basically, I was Mesomeso-san. Who's Mesomeso-san then? That's right. Leaving no evidence, I accomplished murder and escaped unseen. That meant I stood above humans in the hierarchical pyramid. In other words, I passed my test as a killer, and now surpassed the so-called human stage. What I earned is the name Mesomeso-san. Yes, surpassed human beings. I become Mesomeso-san. I become a yokai. I'm beyond humans, murder humans, and I feared by them. Even if I am destroyed, the ghost of the story of Mesomeso-san I will leave behind me. Will live on in the story spoken by the students in this school forever. That was as if I had even transcended my inescapable, predestined human lifespan. I'm Mesomeso-san. Students dread me, fear me, transmit me with their stories. How superb! Marie, when you were alive, you sacrificed your body to relieve my boredom. In the end, you even sacrificed your life to graduate me from humanity. What a swell kid! I did more of like a mad scientist laugh there, but you know, he's Homo Kyoma. No, he's not Homo Kyoma. Meso. Someone were there to hear it. They would have heard a sad wail as if someone's heart had been torn to pieces. It could be heard coming from behind the outhouse where Marie's body had been disposed. Of course, there's a sorrowful cry because there's no one to hear it. No. As a voice that couldn't forgive that there's no one there. Marie's body was now in a vat of filth where light would never shine again. However, her soul had been released, settled down across the vat's lid. Well, what was the main Marie sad now? Even Marie herself didn't know. It made her sad nonetheless. She had hoped she would have been given her life, and have been given this sad fate. To be killed without having known anyone in the end, with her corpse tossed in this filthy place, no one would even know about her death. Nonetheless, the feeling the perpetrator felt in the end for her, despite the many actions obediently followed, wasn't even regret or even gratitude. Simple ridicule alone. All these things tormented Marie. For her, eternity would continue her sorrow forever. Suddenly, the insects were silent, as if telling her someone had finally come. That was someone like she was now, whose existence wasn't human. And Marie existed no longer as a human had already sensed that someone, and raised her head. It was Higanbana. Before, her face didn't betray any emotions, but now she had an expression that fit the true meaning of the word emotionless. Whatever emotion it was, if one were to think it might have hurt Marie's feelings, to Marie, Higanbana's quote emotionless, expressionless form might have been the kindest. Marie might not have yet understood, but this kindness to the dead might have been a non-human formality. My condolences. If you think crying will heal your sorrow, feel free to cry. As long as you understand those cries cannot reach anyone's ears, that is. I thought so. It's like that, isn't it? It would be strange to hear the voice of a ghost, wouldn't it? Higanbana's words might have been harsh. But for Marie, who didn't know the logic of spirits, those words might have been necessary, and perhaps might have been a kindness to Marie. A cry is a sign that someone is looking for help, because until someone hears them, that person will continue crying. For ghosts whose voices who reach no one, without realizing it, they continue crying eternally, forever and ever. When they are reduced to a spirit that cries only for crying's sake, they become seedy spirits who just want their cries to be heard by the living. And because she knew what it was like to be reduced to that sort of existence, Higanbana, knowing she had to use strict words with Mary, she had to tell her now while she still had ears that could listen. Higanbana-san, with this I'll be able to become Mesomeso-san, won't I? Higanbana is fine, Mary. With that, Higanbana paused and stayed silent for a time. During that silence, Mary had a feeling something was wrong. But if she was going to let her be Mesomeso-san, then she should say so without hesitation. Yet she didn't say those words. Before you label me as a liar, please listen to me. Sure, I recommended you to be Mesomeso-san. Everyone at the school class meeting gave their approval. They had only one condition. That condition wouldn't have been a problem at that time, but now that condition is stuck in place. A condition? What is it, Higanbana-san? Only one person is allowed to hope to become Mesomeso-san, you see? I thought something like this would happen, eh? Or that they'd both be Mesomeso-san. Not understanding what Higanbana was talking about, Marie's mouth opened in surprise. But could that be what she was saying? That there's no way of changing her helpless situation? Her expression began to fill with sadness. When the seat for the school yokai called Mesomeso-san was recognized, the one who fit the position was Marie alone. Because I want to where you were, I confirmed that you had the will. Since you had the will, because you alone had the intent, at that time there's no problem for you to become Mesomeso-san. Nevertheless, at the very last moment, a problem developed. What was the problem? A person aside from you has appeared who hopes to become Mesomeso-san. Eh? You know, sensei, yeah. Because you were crying with all your might, you didn't hear his voice, right? That man, with a wicked laughter in his loud voice, even reached our class with that crying. That was a very ironic twist of fate. Because to tell you the truth, his voice might have been more intense than your sadness. You know, the man who killed you, at Kanamori. The one declared he would become Mesomeso-san. How did Sensei? Right after he killed you, the drive-away students that arrived there, Kanamori faked being Mesomeso-san. It turned out splendidly. Being extremely pleased with himself, he believed himself Mesomeso-san, so he just declared it with a yell. I thought such a wicked voice would reach your ears. Because you were busy crying, you didn't hear it, right? For a time, Marie was dumbfounded. She had been violated by that man while she was alive. Even after taking her life, he stared majestically down on her. And not only that, did he have to snatch away even her life after death? Even in death? Can't you free yourself from that man's control? It can't be. Can't be. Ooh. Maria, stop. For a time, all Maria could do was... Wait! Maria! I put my hand, like, what do you call that when you just hit your forehead with your hand? With the palm of your hand? Face palm! That makes sense. There's no need to despair, Marie. There are just two candidates for Mesomeso-san, you and Kanamori. It's already been decided Mesomeso-san will take the eighth ring among the school yokai, so now it can't be left empty. Either you or Kanamori, one of you will certainly take that seat. Your odds are 50%, so it's a sure thing, right? How's it? And when will it be decided? A poll at the school meeting. We 7 can vote at the school meeting. We're at an odd number, so it will surely be decided. Because I'm attended to you, I intend to vote for you. I'm attached to you. But in our class, there are a lot with wicked natures. Seems there's some among us who think an evil kid like Kanamori would be suitable for number 8. Indeed, they might have a point. Oh no. Well, if I should lose that poll, what will happen to me? There's no place where as many ripe souls gather other than the school. There's no other place in all of Japan where as many evil spirits gather just to feast on the leftovers of the souls. Probably can't perceive them yet, but even this area around this mammoth school is a well-known yokai gold mine. For someone like you, since they have no respect or control, those ill-natured guys would want to pass up an awfully juicy soul like yours. In an instant, they'd rush you and devour you until they've sucked out your bone marrow. Can't you imagine it? Would ghosts have bone marrow? In that school building's shadow, or on the other side of the thicket, I've heard those bad ones with quite an appetite have formed groups. Marie was startled. While she saw what Higanbana was saying, she didn't see anything slip out from the night's darkness. But, even without seeing them, she was certain those wicked beings existed. Hold on a second. Okay. You'll be alright for now. Your spirit is still being looked after by the one and only Higanbana. At school premises, there isn't a fool who would dare attack someone from that school in the care of a school yokai from these 7 seats. Not to mention, I teach them what cruelty is. Hee 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 hee. Higanbana giggled with an eerie expression that was neither flattering nor trustworthy. That should have been greatly frightened Marie, but Marie couldn't see it. She was more frightened of the things appraising her that hid in the veil of darkness. Who is more appropriate for the title of Mesomeso-san? You or Kanamori? I'll guarantee your safety until that's decided. But after that, I can't guarantee anything, can I? It's alright. If those guys eat you, or if the Reaper takes you and your judgment is settled in Hades, either way, it's over, all over. No matter how much you might have wanted to live with that feeble brain of yours, it will all be snatched away in an instant. Either way, see? Higanbana-san is only protecting my existence like this for now. Is that right? That's right. Although after this, I don't know if it's safe to say. What is it? Higanbana, with a cruel smile, put her lips to Marie's ear. Such a liquor earlobe, she spoke. There are many who think you look delicious. Not only just with that group out there, but I do too. Because I think if you don't become Mesomeso-san, before they can sink their teeth into you, then I'll eat you first myself. What she said couldn't have been just a joke. Respecting mutual rights of others was logical in the human world. In the world of non-humans, rank was everything. Everything was survival of the fittest. And if Higanbana wanted that, those words told her she could make now, in this very moment, make it a reality. Thinking there's nothing to be afraid of even after death, that is human stupidity. Even after death, the world is still filled with things to be afraid of. And Marie, who was already once dived through the extremely cruel barrier of death, that reality where she could have lived without excessive cruelty, where she could have known no fear, never came. But Marie, reined in her fears, spoke in a gentle voice. If it comes to that, then if Higanbana desires that, I think that'd be alright. Have you already given up? That's not it. It'd be ingratitude. Because Higanbana-san is protecting me. I'm allowed to exist as I am now, aren't I? Because to Higanbana-san, you give me time to cry for my own death. I think I must be grateful for that. For Marie, Higanbana's your reason for approaching her might have even just been to kill her and eat her. Even so, the warm words that offered to welcome her among Higanbana's kind were worthy of gratitude. Even Kanamori demanded compensation in the form of those immoral acts for protecting her from those bullies. I certainly never offered her to be his friend or companion. Even if Marie didn't put those emotions into words, Higanbana read them. Higanbana laughs, but Marie doesn't see her expression. When that happens, then your soul will be delicious. For a school yokai, will need a bit more wickedness and cruelty, you know? That's alright. Because I said I wanted to take my revenge as I am now. I'm capable of that kind of cruelty. And with that revenge, if you don't become Mesomeso-san, you'll be in a tough spot, won't you? But even if you have your revenge, it might just be an inconvenience for that man, right? Ooh. Marie once again began to cry. That man's shadow, who she couldn't even escape from in death, feeling sadness, bitterness, and rage, all she could do was jumble her various emotions. Even her wail of agony reached no one as it was swallowed by the veil of darkness. Marie, school yokai's exception, and the like, didn't matter one bit to the still living Kanamori. But even so, Kanamori hadn't yet completely cut off his connections to Marie's death. The button? Why? Talk about Marie Moria not coming home last night quickly turned into an uproar. Was it an accident, or did she get involved in some trouble? Last anyone saw that every lonely and friendless Marie was at school that day. As for what happened after school, it was anyone's guess. Police were looking for information and posting flyers with drawings of what Marie wore that day on bulletin boards here and there. Making sure not to overlook any witnesses, they posted them all around school. All around town. Police even came to question the homeroom teacher, Kanamori. Kanamori said he didn't know what happened after school. Police departed feeling satisfied. It even became an urgent topic at the staff meeting. As a precaution in case of a second incident, there's recent talk about after-school groups or bodyguards and the like. At first, those topics made Kanamori's heart race. but after a day or two, he became confident. Because the police investigation hadn't found Marie's corpse, and was focused on what happened after school. Again, he feels as if he completely stepped away from that line of investigation. He was asked by a child from his class where Marie could have disappeared to. Kanamori refused as if in jest and said, could it be the curse of Mesomeso-san, I wonder? Oh, of course not. Can't believe I just said that. Expect this our little secret, okay? As expected, the students took those words all too well. Having her treated as a victim of Mesomeso-san, the school yokai everyone is crazy about lately came as an added bonus. School, the rumors about Mesomeso-san ran wild, and a new school ghost story began to take hold. With that in mind, Kanamori started to believe more and more that he was Mesomeso-san. It was that kind of day. This guy is gonna get killed brutally, right? After school, on his way to the staff room, in the middle of the empty hallway, suddenly he fell. When he fell, it was as if something had caught his elbow, tore his skin and made him bleed. It wasn't a serious injury, but he pressed a tissue to his elbow so it wouldn't stain his shirt. Oh my, Kanamori-sensei, are you alright? You're hurt. Called out the vice principal who saw him by chance. Ah, how embarrassing. I must have bumped into something as I fell. Probably just slipped in a puddle a student neglected to wipe up or something. Kanamori said that. Even though he knew more than anyone else, he hadn't lost his footing like that. While he spoke things over with the vice principal, he looked at the hall. In his left doubting, he could have slipped on something. Sensei, you seem to be bleeding quite a bit. Seeping through your tissue. You're right. How annoying. Perhaps I should head to the infirmary and get myself patched up? You do that. Oh, nurse. Kanamori-sensei seems to have hurt himself. Would you take a look at him? Conveniently, from the other side of the hallway, the school nurse appeared. Oh my, are you alright? Your elbow. The injury itself wasn't a big deal, but he didn't want the blood to stain his clothes. Kanamori thought as much, and calmly headed to the school infirmary. The inside of the infirmary was filled with the smell of disinfectant. The feeling, the pain from cotton wool soaked in the disinfectant brought back memories of the elementary school days. Of my elementary school days. It was nostalgic. For I knew there's something greater than being human. In those times, I always felt looked down upon by those around me. I wanted to be looked down upon, and wanting to look down on others. In those times, bottled up my aggression against them. While looking down on Marie, I finally felt as if I had to relieve myself from that complex. I didn't think I wanted to be a killer, but this page didn't free me from my complex. For the rest of my life, how long would I have to live in despair? I thought about it. As for how long I could go on living, I suppose Marie's life was ended for someone else's amusement, that it would be natural for them to go on living, seeking new ventures of life. Like the different links in the food chain, as the predator, Marie was the prey. That's all there was to it. If I didn't eat her, then in the future she'd be eaten by someone else. So, I ate her early on, and in a deeply compassionate way, reset her existence. Although, even in the next life, she'll probably be eaten again. That girl's just hard to teach after all. Oh, foreshadowing. Is it going to turn out that the 8th seat wasn't accepted? And, you know, the Mesomeso-san isn't invited? While I was immersed in my fantasies, I had a somewhat large band-aid put on and ended my treatment. When I mentioned my thanks and stood up to leave, ting, 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 tink, small seeds of sound reached my ears. Something the matter? No, I heard something just now, as if something fell over. Kanamori saw a small white thing had fallen on the floor and picked it up. It was made of plastic or something. It looked like a small button. Oh, I'm saying it was a button, and it wasn't even a millimeter in diameter. When I understood, it must have been an accessory for something. When he turned his thoughts as if what it might have fallen from, looked above the medicine cabinets. He understood what it was. That was something particularly out of place in this infirmary. A Western doll. Couldn't hide its worn-out state from its degradation over time. What did they say about the nurse's office? It had to do with Mesomeso, right? Well, there's no doubt it certainly wasn't something cheap. Compare the shape of the object I had just picked up to the doll many times. And I sensed it was certainly abundant from this doll's clothing. This doll's button probably fell off. Oh, is that so? I'll just sew that back on after you leave. Because they say this child is the master of this infirmary, after all. Master? This cute doll? No, this is Higanbana, right. Kanamori stood on his toes, took down the doll that sat atop the medicine cabinets, looking down on them. The doll was uniquely Western, and a vaguely cold air to it. Kanamori had politely called the doll cute. In his mind, he thought of how it wasn't cute but eerie. Yeah, but I've also heard about it from the former nurse, you see? She said this doll was here long before she started working. And I've been watching over the infirmary just like it is now. How absurd. Isn't it something some student lost? Well, I want to think there's a student who would bring such a splendid doll and simply forget about it. Oh, that's right. They said this doll is a cursed doll. Students are afraid of it, you see? So this is one of the school's 7 mysteries? Now that I think about it, the doll in the infirmary dances in the middle of the night. So I've heard from one of the students. I see. They're talking about this doll, eh? Long ago, get it? A doll? No, long ago, a doll that belonged to a girl who died in this infirmary took her spirit and became a yokai, or some such. No matter what school you go to, there are plenty of stories like that. Well, that's right. I don't know who named that doll, but sure enough it has a name. It's called Higanbana. Higanbana. It's not a particularly fortunate name, is it? Indeed. Just might suit a strange doll like perfectly. Higanbana means like flowers, right? However, isn't it wrong to be scaring the students by keeping that kind of doll there as a decoration? Well, there's also talk of a curse put on those who throw that doll away. It's not that I believe in curses. It's since it's been watching over students in this infirmary for such a long time. I feel kind of bad, you know? She sits there, making sure the injuries of the students who come here don't get worse. She protects them. Is that so? Where does the button go, I wonder? Ha, here. I'll sew it on later. See? It's her great sleeve button. Ah. Great. Sleeve button. Those are casual words, but it's something Kanamori wanted to forget, and just yet could not. Bits and pieces from his disposed memories begin to stir. Yes. The regret from that night he disposed of Marie's corpse is an uncomfortable feeling. Just before disposing of Marie's body, when shining a light on the body to make sure nothing was missing, he suddenly saw Marie's right sleeve had been torn. I want to check. Give me a minute. Oh! True. They probably won't pick that up. They still have like 30 minutes left. Okay. So I should probably call it here, ideally. Or let's show it after he leaves the nurse's office. When I had a video playing at a very low volume, I don't know if that was picked up by the video. Okay. That night his attention was invariably divided. So he didn't see how a single button mattered. He ignored it. But even so, it still left him with a bad feeling. The memory revived in his mind with a yelp as if a small rock had gotten inside his sock. This doll's torn off button. If it hadn't been the right sleeve, he wouldn't have noticed anything. The result had to be the right sleeves button. Same as the one torn off Marie's clothes. Her right sleeve button! At that moment, Kanamori felt as if the eerie western doll named Higanbana was sneering at him. What a foolish man. There are only 2 things that can evaporate, or disappear from this world. Know what they are? Huh? What are you talking about? Preconception that there is no way a doll could can be blurred with that question. Things that disappear. Water and grateful souls. Just those 2. Hee hee hee. She laughed at her own joke sarcastically. The doll quickly froze her laughter and continued. Are you looking for Marie's right sleeve button? What is that button made of? Water? Grateful souls? There's no way a button can be made of water or souls. If it were top quality, it might have been made from shells. But if it was cheap, then it could be plastic at best. Right. It's made of some things that aren't water or souls. So there's no way it can disappear from this world. It can't dissolve or evaporate. So it must still be where it was dropped, right? It'll be where it was dropped always. Until it's found by someone. It'll be there forever, won't it? The meaning of those words began to pain me. It was an inconvenience that most people would have wanted to quickly forget. And until today I'd forgotten. That bad feeling I had about Marie's button. But no matter how much I wanted to forget it, the button itself wouldn't disappear. It was surely there even now where it was dropped. And until someone picks it up, it's waiting there even now. That's right. Mustn't forget about that button that came off her right sleeve. There's no way the button was torn off from the beginning. If you're a crude boy, she wouldn't care at all about a single button torn from her clothes. But she was a girl. If the button was torn off, she would have certainly put it back on again. Even Marie was the methodical type. Should I call it there? She wouldn't go through her daily routine with a button missing from her right sleeve. So that button must have been torn off that day. There we go. I'm going to call it there. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back for the finale of Mesomeso-san, which, no idea what will happen. I see this going for a they both lose ending, but does Yakushi usually go for those? I mean, Yakushi tends to go for happier endings, or at least bittersweet, not just outright, sad endings. But I mean, it has a totally different theme than the One Day Cry series does. So I mean, anything's possible. Find out next time with Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni. See you guys then. Bye. Hey guys, we're back with Higanbana. I forgot. Oh, hold on. We're here with Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni, better known as Higanbana, translated meaning the unforgiving flowers blossom in the dead of night. Can't forget to do that. It's been like 2-3 days since I recorded. We're gonna finish Mesomeso-san. Started college yesterday. And it was, actually recorded like a minute. But what happened is I forgot to save, so it's just me talking as I skipped, so nothing was missed. Kanamori sensei, something the matter? No. Thank you very much. Just remember to have some business to take care of. Sorry, now if you'll excuse me. Already the foundation for my mental state and sense of security were gone. If I continue aimlessly like this, sometimes someone will find that button. Because the police have long known about the clothes Marie wore the day she disappeared. By chance it winds up in their hands, they'll probably realize it belongs to Marie's clothing. What the heck am I being so carefree and letting this critical situation go? Where did that button fall off? Where I strangled her. That place. The old school building's bathroom. And that straw. No, and yet, when I left there, I was sure I didn't leave any traces behind. But that was when I was in a hurry and only looked with a glance. I don't think I cared that much if a grand like following the button escaped my sight. I'm sure of it. It's there. It's in there. In order to not be seen by anyone when I entered the old school building, stay there until I could be completely satisfied, all I could do was hold back my impatient mind and wait. In the infirmary, the nurse was still finishing up the day's work. Then she felt as if she heard a girl's laughter. Thinking there might be some students in the school, she turned around. A western doll quietly sitting atop the medicine cabinet caught her head, but the doll's gone now, isn't it? Obviously, there's no way Higanbana could laugh. She's a doll, after all. Nurse might have been a little tired. She thought after going home today, she would quickly go to bed. Which one is the better Mesomeso-san? It'll be a sight, won't it? Waiting until a vote is boring. Don't you think it'd be better if the two involved decided it themselves? Must be tired. I think I'll call it a day and head out. Higanbana giggled as she imagined what was beginning to unfold from this point forward. Of course, it's impossible for that voice to reach the nurse's ears. Now then, Marie, Kanamori, please show me who's more fitting. Because everyone in our class are also hoping for something more interesting than a vote. Are you staying here, Kanamori-sensei? Won't be long until tomorrow, Thank you very much, Vice Principal. I'm almost done here, so please let me stay here a bit longer. I understand, but please start finishing up. Because if you get too many overtime hours, might even get a complaint from the Union Executive Office. Well, I apologize, but I'm going to have to excuse myself for the day. Since I think you'll be the last one out, please set up the security system. Also, if it's not on by 11 o'clock, the security company will come check on it if you don't call them. Be really careful, please. Yes, I'm aware of that. Forgotten about that. Although I hadn't planned on taking that long to check the bathroom. But if I ended up bumping heads with the security company, there'll be all kinds of trouble. Tonight, Kanamori had been more discreet than ever before. Even more discreet than the day he killed Marie. After seeing the Vice Principal cross the campus with his own eyes, getting the Vice Principal's advice, he called the security company to let them know he'd be working late that night. This is perfect. Now this time as well, there's no one else except himself in the school that night. No one would pay him a visit. So I left the staff room. Before heading to the old school building, he hid himself and watched to see if anyone was lurking in the school. Naturally, no sounds caught his attention. Only the cries of insects infested the old building. The cries of the cicadas. It's cicada? How do you say it? When the cicadas cry. Get it? Rush. When he allowed himself a breath. It sounded as loud as a storm in his ears. Outside the window was pure darkness. Just inside he had a light. Outside of the glass in the hallway wasn't darkness, but the interior of the hallway reflected itself back with a mirror. So immediately after seeing that, he could see himself being reflected. Inside that massive school building, he was alone. The day of the school bus was with many students and teachers. Doubtlessly, it was forming its own society. That world was a different world, separated from this world. It might even be said that the school occupied a different dimension. In that dimension, now, he was alone. Society is order made by the many. Without numbers, if there's only one, it is society no more. In other words, at this moment, in this separate school dimension, freed from the morals of so-called society, the world was his alone. When he ran in the halls during the day, he'd be scolded by his pupils. The vice principal saw him, probably be made example of in front of the students. Because no running in the halls is one of the rules of society. However, the school in the depth of the night has now been set free from that society. In other words, the rules created by society could no longer reach him. After all, this is a world where he alone exists. And even if he ran ahead at full speed, there wasn't anyone to worry about. Even in this moment, he was the lord of this world. He had transcended his insignificant existence as a single man in the larger society. The more he thought about it, the more his impatience about quickly finding Marie's body began to dissipate. He began to feel surprised at how frustrated and impatient he was moments ago. He had horns. He had wings. Then, now more than ever, he lengthened and grew them, unfolded and extended them. It started as a laugh only in his mind. But then he realized, even if that laugh escaped his mouth, this world no one else could hear. And so Kanamori, an insanely wicked voice from the depths of his soul, howled with laughter as he headed the former school building. However, the moment he stepped into the old school building, his demonic confidence retreated. It was replaced with a discretion, as if his ruthlessness is frozen in ice. It even froze his inner demon. There's going to be someone there, right? We turned the lights on in the old school building. It might be seen by someone in the neighborhood. So without turning on the lights, he illuminated his path with the thin glow of a flashlight. The frail light illuminated the world of pure darkness. But like an illusion, the length of that hallway seemed to continue all the way into the horizon. From the inside, all the doors had been closed and locked without most care. With this, he had completely severed himself from the world. He had torn and isolated from that school world. In other words, he was in a second world divided far away from the human world. We got this far from the human world. We'll get closer to the spirit world, won't we? Oh, that's a good laugh. Felt as if he heard the voice of the doll whose button fell in the infirmary again. Okay, that was Higanbana's voice. Of course, there's no way a doll could talk, so it was impossible for something that foolish to really happen. Yet this world of the former school building, and the human world where dolls couldn't speak, were two vastly different places. Maybe, here in this old school, lies a world where even dolls can talk. When dolls, when they cry. That's absurd. I wanted to laugh. After he dared let it pass his mouth, he felt as if the power he had earlier had been cast aside like a lie. There's something ingrained in his mind since childhood. Remembered unfounded rumors regarding the strange world of school at night. Now they began to slowly work their effect on his mind. He wanted to say how absurd it was again. This time, as he tried to say the words, they were kind of like a lump in his throat. He thought saying that might cause him to remember that emotion, horror. So he swallowed them back down. Because the former school building was getting quieter and quieter, his desire to deny that emotion amplified more and more. Oh, drip. Is this the title screen sound effect? There might have been a leak in a water pipe somewhere. That strange sound he hadn't noticed during the day filled the bathroom. He wanted to run and turn on the lights inside, but he held back his desperation, and he illuminated the area with the thin beam of his flashlight. Perhaps that troll door where I killed Marie is still shut. That place where Marie's sobbing Mesomeso came from. In the world in the daytime, this might have been a laughably cheap ghost story. But in this world, with about as much likelihood as a coin landing on tails, they held the chance that horror become reality. Even though all he had to do was shine his light on that bathroom stall, he hesitated. It's a devil's proof until, showing your scan, until you look at the bathroom stall, it's simultaneously both open and closed. What am I afraid of? Marie's ghost isn't something to be afraid of. It's that fallen button the police might find that's important. How stupid. With a senseless grin, he tried to boost his morale as he shined his flashlight towards that stall. It's like he thought it would be. The stall hadn't been closed or anything. Naturally, there wasn't anyone inside. And there wasn't any crying voice sobbing Mesomeso. So that's it? Thought while checking it and said in relief. While in doing so, the furious strain seemed as if they were about to resurface once again. He resisted. In any case, he set out to examine the bathroom stall. The stall was a Japanese-style squat toilet. Wait. What? You mean it wasn't... That's an act... It wasn't knocked over? What? The moment he saw it, his hair stood on end as he felt his memories of that day resurfaced in his mind. Once, the stall was an immoral place where I performed countless atrocities with Miri. Though I remembered those long days when I committed those indiscretions, they were all completely blotted out by my memory of that sole act, a day when I killed Miri. Because the Miri that revived in my mind wasn't the one that stimulated me. It was when she carelessly tumbled to the ground, unaware of her indecency after I strangled her. When I remembered her body, felt just a slight sense of regret float from the bottom of my heart, but I quickly disposed of it. Because if I allowed myself to entertain such thoughts, that all I was doing was acknowledging my own weakness. Take my daily meals, for instance. I came to regret every single animal and plant I've eaten before. I wouldn't even be able to get a slice of bread. That's my attitude towards Marie. We're firmly placed on different levels of the hierarchy. I'm placed in a higher position than Marie on the pyramid. That's all there was to it. So things ended up as they should. I don't need to regret anything. Just like there are no humans who shed tears of sadness when eating bread. Such stupid thoughts. Anyway, I received that button this year. I felt that if I didn't scold myself, I'd be sucked more and more into my delusions. Already, it seemed like the air of this different nightmare in the old school started to eat away at me. I had to quickly pull myself out of this strange world, or else I wouldn't be able to return from it. So, do schools in Japan often have like old school buildings? Because you see that a lot in just, anime and stuff, but is that a common occurrence? Or in Japan, or? A sixth sense that more since childhood warned me so. Must hurry. I had to relentlessly and carelessly search. I didn't care if it was a toilet stall. I crawled on all fours and searched as if I were licking the floor. Top of that urine color stained floor that eternally released its foul odor, couldn't find the button that fell off my rear. Under normal circumstances, I might have thought that meant it wasn't here. Somehow I was convinced. I had no proof. But I had no doubt the button was here. Has to be here. What about when he, brought her body into the classroom or whatever? It could be, in there. Did I miss a spot? The moment I strangled Mary to death, the stall door is closed. Now the door is open, so I could crawl around the stall. Maybe there's something on the inside of the door? Possibly the outside? Even though I thought there's no way the body could be in such a place, I thought that if I didn't recreate the same stall from that day, I want to be able to free myself from my delusions. So I carried out the first task in recreating it. Shut the door from the inside. So it naturally swung open if it wasn't locked, locked the stall door. I had a quick glimpse of the opposite side of the shut door, but the button hadn't stuck wood or anything like that. Then where's the button? Marie died here. She was killed here. And it was here that she fell. It was then that the button was torn off. I hadn't seen it, but somehow I knew. Must have been then. Then the flashlight's beam reflected with a flash. Covering the top of the toilet paper was a silver-colored dispenser. From its refuse, the students had been squashed somewhat, but it seemed like it could still fulfill its role in conveniently cutting large sheets of toilet paper. And above that paper dispenser, there's a pebble that looked like a white teardrop. It's here! This is it! Slowly took it between my thumb and forefinger. There's no mistake. This is it. It's that button. It was the very button that had been torn from Marie's right sleeve. Today Marie had the life squeezed out of her, when she was exhausted. Those hands of her fought against my choking arms, dropping with a thump. And that button somehow caught and tore off the paper dispenser. That's how the button got here. I found it! I found it! Desperately resisted the urge to howl in laughter. I think about this button as long as I wanted later. There's no need to overthink this. All I need to do is just drop it in the toilet and flush it like so. With the water flushed, the world of silence that had come to greatly haunt me was torn apart by its roaring sound. At an instant, it swallowed up the button. Its form had forever disappeared from the world above. Just as that doll said, because that button can't disappear, it'll probably remain in this world. No one could find something like a tiny button that fell into the sewer. That'd be harder than finding a bean in the desert. So this was the same as sending it to the eternal abyss. I mean, I'd burn it, but I guess flushing it works. Basically, this perfectly erases any traces of the murder I have committed. I felt that unease from the day that remained in my mind slowly cleared away. So the roaring flushing sound that had torn the silence began to slowly quiet down. I began to realize where I was once before. Once again to take back my place as a being that surpassed humans. Now I've been holding back laughter. It was painful. I felt like I was going to burst out laughing right there. Well, shouldn't I laugh? This is a world separate from the human world. So I am alone. Isn't this world mine alone? So I didn't hold back. My laughter cut through the silence. Once again, I exposed my existence that was more than human. It's the greatest feeling. Till now, I never laughed with such joy once in all my life. After he left me to my heart's content, after I laughed so much I was in pain from the lack of oxygen I needed to breathe, set out to leave the bathroom stall. Went to unlatch the lock. At that moment, a finger that touched the lock repelled as if it had been struck by static electricity. Well, that's not the right way to put it. It wasn't as if my finger had been hit by static electricity, but as if when touching it, it had been better to say I had been struck with static electricity. Because, from the other side of the door, I heard the voice of a girl sobbing, Meso-Meso. All the hairs on my body stood on end. But a huge presence passed through me from head to toe, so I stopped breathing, as if I were checking if that Meso-Meso were an auditory illusion. But if it was real, there's no need for that kind of confirmation, because there's only one entrance to the school building. After I entered it, I quickly locked it. There's no way someone could come in here. There's no way there are students hiding out at this hour. There's no way that someone is out there. Because basically hiding my breathing and checking was in itself confirmation that something was happening. And because I had to do that, does that mean that I had clearly heard that Meso-Meso just now? Gotta calm down. Trick my ears. But that presence of that sobbing cry from the other side of the door won't go away. Won't leave. Just hearing things. It's a hallucination. I got too excited and one heard something that isn't there. That's it. This has to be the... Hey guys, sorry about that. We're back. I'm just hearing things. It's a hallucination. Get too excited when one heard something that isn't there. That's it. This has to be the remnants of my humanity. This has to be those dang pangs of guilt. I didn't even do that intentionally. That just kind of happened that time. Surely, since I came back to the place where I murdered her, I must be feeling guilt from killing Marie. I must be hallucinating Marie's ghost inside my... Let me, usually I have game on my right, OBS on my left, but I had them reversed, so change that. In other words, what's out there is my desire to blame myself, my good conscience. After all, hey, he doesn't have a good conscience. Come on now. You there, please listen to my pitiful story. It wasn't a voice in my head or an hallucination. There are words that reach my... Is it supposed to be an hallucination or a hallucination? Because sometimes with H you have to do an, right? That voice was none other than Marie's. Marie! It's that Marie! Meso-Meso. Whoever it was only cried, but that voice heaving with sobs answered my question. But on that day, sure they killed Marie and tossed her corpse in the septic tank. There's no way Marie could be here. No way she could still be alive. Now, Kanamori was in the strange world of the former school building in the depth of night. He unconsciously came to realize the logic of the spirit world. Because without being limited to the reasoning of the human world, where something killed no longer exists. He understood that on the other side of the door, the dead Marie was there. He understood? In other words, dead Marie's ghost was out there. He understood the truth that cannot exist. That crying voice from the other side of the door, no. While Marie's ghost continued to pit its pitiful cries, she began to condemn herself with words. You forced me to do horrible things, and you killed me in the end. That's the cruelest of all. Killing you is the right thing to do. Are you stupid? That's the only thing I did. Think about it, if the police found out. It's the right thing to do. I'd let you live. You would have probably gone to the police box with those legs of yours. Is that right? I want to do something like that. After all, I talked and said they would distribute that embarrassing videotape. Videotape, huh? Did you really think something like that could be a threat to you? That's about how useful it was. But I wanted to return to a normal life. So if you let me return to that normal life, I'd keep what you did a secret. I would have protected it. You could say anything with that mouth of yours, you see? You would have said that, and that day after school you would have gone to the police. Isn't that right? Well, I mean, if she was going to go to the police, wouldn't she just, do it without telling them? If you asked the police for help, you would have done it, as they said, and settled things immediately. The only place where nothing changes when people ask for help are in TV dramas. But Sensei has the videotape. I broke that promise, and Sensei would... Even as a ghost, you're so... pathetic. Truly pathetic. Do you really think that kind of tape would compare to tipping off the police? Police aren't stupid, you know. Before I'd release that tape, they'd arrest me. They'd arrest before I could edit myself out. I'd go in my house, they'd seize the tapes, my equipment, everything would be evidence. If you truly believe that tape was blackmail material, even after your death, I congratulate you. Even in death, you make me laugh. That's how stupid you were, even in your last days. Can't be. It can't be. Mary's sobbing was tinted with even more sorrow. That you believed it could still be used against you. I delightfully congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. Maybe you read too much manga. You wouldn't absorbed too much useless knowledge. In your foolishness, you probably felt satisfied in the world you created. If you even had one friend to ask for help, you would have probably realized it's your stupid mistake ran away. Your worthlessness complex prevented you from making any friends. This world, you see, society! Society is made up of relationships from person to person. And you, being denied those relationships and being left out, truly became the leftovers of society. Because of that, you truly believe that worthless tape could have been used as blackmail material. How sad. It's your homeroom teacher. Feel for you from the bottom of my heart. When I met you and your parents, and even advised you to make friends, you had nothing but excuses. I think I thought you realized it on the brink of death. Even after death, you still don't get it, do you? Are you saying I was stupid? Oh, I see. But I gave you the word straight from my mouth. You're an idiot. A blithering idiot. Even though you're a child, you pretend to take a philosophical view on life. You turned your status as a dropout of society into a virtue. And you felt it was too much trouble to even ask for help with your sorrows and dropped out of society. Oh yeah, because she died. You're falling out of the very bottom of the pyramid of human society. That can't be. Ooh. Those terrible things they made you experience. That's right. That's my favorite lesson, you see? When confronted with a problem that can't be solved by yourself, what do? That's right. The answer was to ask someone for help. You had asked your friends or your family. You might have had a chance of getting the right answer. But you don't make friends. You don't even open up to your family. Regardless of your instruction I gave you. Class time just ran out, you see? It's not like time has run out. I didn't ask for help, but even though I didn't make friends, I might have been wrong in not asking for help, but I fought against you. As I commanded, you became like a cat, or like a dog. Threw away your human dignity. I'll admit you did struggle with someone. That sort of thing has no value whatsoever. This resulted in that. You drove your opponent into a frenzy, then you were really strangled to death, and your body was even thrown out to a cesspool. Aside from those clumsy results, how do you like me to evaluate you? I'll only say you're an idiot. No points. You get a 0. That's what they call reckless courage, you see? Rather than that kind of courage, you should have had the courage to call the police. You didn't even do that. What you are now and the result of that is the result of that. What part of that are you saying I should praise? They say that the only thing that can cure stupidity is death, but apparently they're wrong. It seems even in death, stupidity can't be cured with being 4 cents. Ooh. Even Marie's soul after death was humiliated. You decided departed souls are stronger than the living. There's no such rule. At the moment of death, the moment one leaves life behind, their existence is inferior. The slight hope Marie held, that illusion that if someone stopped being human, she could gain the strength to have her revenge after death, began to crumble. Because Marie is understood now. This had nothing to do with whether or not she could become Mesomeso-san. Her power to avenge herself? No, the power to fight. It's the power to understand something, to do something. As much as she believed that if she became something other than human, she could have her revenge on the one responsible. In that kind of position, there's no power she could fight with at all. The ones with the power to fight are among humans. No, to fight is to live. When she gave up living, she had lost forever. Because she had already died, regardless of Mira understood what it meant to truly fight, what it meant to truly have courage. She was above the requirements to fight in that arena, the requirement to fight, else to be alive. Her homeroom teacher might have snatched her life from her. Listening to Higanbana offered to turn her into a yokai, and if she became a yokai, she could rejoice in revenge. In the end, it was a truly pointless and foolhardy. But at the very least, if she had the courage to ask someone for help, she would surely still be alive. Still alive, fighting, perhaps even winning. That might have been her way out of this fate. She gave it up. And so her fate resides eternally within this man, without anywhere to run. This way, even after death, she would eternally continue being shamed. Ooh. Ooh. Maria's voice no longer came in sobs. It could only be described as wails. And weren't offenses as if to curse him either. Fixed with the fate of eternal shame, without fighting it, she could only cry in subjugation with her lowly self. It wasn't that Maria thought her existence until now was sad, or even had regret. The thought kept crossing her mind that if she could go back to that day, she wouldn't have been violated like this. She became a victim, lost her courage and will to fight. She could no longer muster any strength. Nonetheless, she had left her will to live behind. She came to believe in the daydream of achieving your revenge by relying on others. Does that kind of person even have the right to live? Death was expected. She didn't have any right to live. So being killed was the obvious result. In other words, it was inevitable. Ooh. Ooh. It's gonna make it. Oh. It's expecting, to smile. The creepy one. So you finally realized what kind of horrible sisters you have, I see. Glad I gave you these supplementary lessons. Finally, those lessons were even able to teach you something. You can tell from your cries of regret. So perhaps we should end our class session? Higanbana reached out for the lock to the stall door that trapped him within. When he touched the lock, there was a tap sound. That greatly terrified Murray. What are you doing? Mending class. Haven't you learned the importance of life just now? If so, then you should start over in your next life. Know what I mean? Eh? What do you mean? The door unlocked with a crack. When she heard that sound, Murray let loose a short scream. The lock was gone. Higanbana opened that door. He had exposed the Murray that was out there to his own eyes. For Murray, the terrifying man who killed her would once again appear before her. For Murray, the loving Higanbana that lay beyond that door was still terrifying. Even up until now, she never even had the courage to look him in the eyes. But Higanbana already had the courage to look directly at dead Murray's ghost. After all, those fearsome spirits have already been wiped away from the world of human reason. Higanbana knew. On the divide between before one is robbed of life and after death, the souls of the dead can only stand in an afterlife. A miserable life will lead to a miserable afterlife. Even though she had died, Maria was still Maria. Alive or dead, she realized it doesn't matter which side of the divide she was on. But Maria realized that all too late. Gets reduced to a lowly spirit, here she was now. Well, since I can't rest in peace, it's time you showed me your rigid form. No. Don't open it. It's useless, you see? It's all useless! Ah! With the cruelty of an executioner, dropping the bladed edge of a guillotine, Higanbana threw open the door. That's the sound from moving after. There's a bizarre scene. No way had opened the door from inside the stall. You're still there, in that stall. Marie's figure was there. The same appearance as the day he killed her. The same right sleeve missing a button. The wound left on her throat from where he strangled her to death. Ah! Marie uttered a frightened squeal and backed off. It was already a small stall as it was. No place to run to. Her back was quickly up against the wall. She began to tremble. As she quivered in fear of Higanbana, her eyes pleaded that he not come any closer. Truly, you are a helpless dunce. There is no test worthy of a student as bad as you. In your next life, be sure to think about what I taught you. I'll be praying that you get a more worthwhile existence. What do you intend to do, Sensei? Since you appeared before me like this, it seems like to me that you haven't fully realized that you've been killed. I'm saying that in order to fix things in your new life, Sensei's gonna once again strangle you to death. No! A state of panic spilled over from when Maria was alive. The pain she felt was when pinned to that wall of death was something only the dead could understand. That fear, knowing she would feel it once again, could only be imagined from the beyond bizarre expression left on her face. No, I don't want to. I don't want to be killed. If you don't want to, then what will you do? You should ask for help, but there's no one here to help you. You're all alone here, you see? So what will you do? Ooh-ah! As Maria cried and screamed, she grabbed Higanbana. Higanbana's throat was gripped by both her thin arms. Higanbana's hands also grabbed hold of Maria's throat. Yes, fighting now is correct. Even if it's just for this moment, it's right, you see? But in your incompetence, you have no chance to defeat me alone. But she has ghost power. You can't strangle a ghost. She's already dead. Perhaps I should end your demonstration? Even in death, you see, you're a fool. Even as they both gripped each other's throats, the difference in power was clear. It's Higanbana's grip that squeezed her like a vice. Maria's strength started to fade. Before she knew it, her arms no longer sought to choke Higanbana's throat, but instead trained to feebly resist the force of Higanbana's arms. How many challenges are there in this world that you can't win alone? In order to surmount them, people borrow power from society. In your final days, doing more of that. You've come once again to repeat that mistake. If you can't rest in peace, feel free to visit me as many times as you like, over and over again, make you remember the pain of death. I'll strangle you to death forever and ever. Maria's mind, the fear and pain from when she was driven to the border between life and death returned. With her dead body, she moaned with the pain of her neck being crushed. Now, you will die again! Marie Moria! Snap. It was something he hadn't felt with his hands before he strangled Marie to death before. It was something he hadn't felt. At the moment, Marie's body jerked and shuddered. As she stopped moving, her neck slanted diagonally. Ghost have skeletons? But they're just hollow. Without loosening his grip, he continued to strangle her as he laughed like a devil. At that moment, a voice that couldn't have been there came in an echo. Game set. I see. Game set in English. That's what that means. Wait. Witch Hunt didn't translate Higanbana, did they? I know Witch Hunt did Uminako and Yosuken days, but I don't think they did Higanbana. As for which of you is more suitable to be Mesomeso-san, clearly it's been decided. Looking up at who the voice belonged to, above the railing between the bathroom stalls, looking down at him, sat the Western doll he had seen in the infirmary. For Kanamori, who could now understand the existence of non-humans, this sort of thing didn't seem eerie. That she was surely a witness to his formal duel with Marie. So he grinned and said, "Yes, I suppose. This is game set. For a vessel like Moria-san to become Mesomeso-san, it'd be better if she never attained a post as one of the yokai eternally passed down in the school." I see. Allowing her the lowest seat among the school yokai is far too inappropriate. I think someone like yourself, and your wickedness better fulfills the role, you see? But someone like you, even among the school yokai, you'll splendidly fill and protect that seat. A human like yourself joins us in the lowest rank, even all I'll have to be careful. I see. So this is a test that your school demons have made to decide who's more suitable to become Mesomeso-san? How cliche! That's right. Voted, but there are 3 votes for Maria and 3 votes have been cast for you. I abstained and made a different proposal. That the 2 parties themselves should fight out their differences, you see? Indeed. Basically, when you tossed your button in the infirmary, was your invitation to this test. I see! Well, now it's been decided, right? That test about who will become Mesomeso-san. Yeah, the decision has been made. So very sorry. That we cannot welcome a wicked human like you. At the moment, Kanamori felt a huge surge of power twist up in his arms. In surprise when he looked in front of him, Marie, whose eyes had already opened and rolled back in her head, sputtered drool, began to twist Kanamori's wrists with horrific power. That thick sound could have only been the sound of Kanamori's wrists snapping. Perhaps the sound of the back of his hands being crushed. Let go. The giggle, Higanbana responded. Sorry, because I don't often get to meet such a wicked man like yourself. Truly sorry I couldn't welcome you to our class. What I wanted to test was that, you see, who was more vile, who was a more suitable yokai. It was who was more suitable to be Mesomeso-san, you see? Kanamori, even though you said you wanted to become Mesomeso-san, did you forget that Mesomeso-san rules? Meso rules? Yeah! Both Marie's arms crushed the bones in Kanamori's hands, but they sought to wildly embrace him. That embrace wasn't one of love. It was a malicious embrace of death that sought to crush every bone in his body. Let go. Kanamori gave a scream as he cried while his ribs cracked. I was left delighted from hearing the sound. Higanbana continued. That's right, the rules of Mesomeso-san. That if you meet Mesomeso-san, you must not speak with it. You must not see its true form. Broke those rules. Therefore, Maria wins. I mean, she talked and saw him too, but I guess he opened the door, so... One more, the sound of one. 2 small bones breaking in Kanamori's body began to leak out. Hoo. Marie, do it. As Higanbana giggled, she pressured Marie to deliver the finishing blow. But Marie let the strength of one arm go. Her expression wasn't the terrifying visage, with her eyes rolled back in her head, but it was Marie's usual expression. Thank you, Sensei. What Sensei said was very filthy and painful. But I think it's as you say. If I hadn't learned it from Sensei, I might not have understood my sin even in death. Grateful that you're able to teach me this even after death. Marie. Thank you, Sensei. In the very beginning, when you protected me from those bullies, I loved you. Forgive me. Then came a strange noise. Compared to earlier sounds, they're like someone crumbling up a newspaper and violently tossing it in a garbage can. Crumbling noise. Well, this sound wasn't light like paper. Just listening to it was sickening, a repulsive sound. That's the sound of every bone in Kanamori's body beginning to be crushed into bits. There's no longer a painful voice leaking out. His mouth overflowed with streams of blood. Oh, he's a goat now, I see. The sound that could be heard gushing out from there. Even Kanamori's dying agony that had been denied even being put into words. Or it could have been the heaving sound of everything from his lower intestines to all of his organs being squeezed out of him. One couldn't tell which. I don't know if this graphic is in the PS3 version of Umineko, but although I used the PS3 patch in Umineko, I didn't actually get the backgrounds until episodes 5 through 8. I installed it incorrectly when I read it. And then came the sound of the largest bones in his body folding with a crack. So I don't know. I can't remember if this is in the PS3 version or not. Then all that could be heard was the cries of insects in the night. Then the two school yokai were alone. Congratulations, Mesomeso-san Murray. You have been chosen. Can you hear everyone's applause? No. Even though everyone should reveal themselves, they feel too important. They're all nothing but shy individuals, you see? If you don't attain a bit more power, then it might be difficult for you to perceive them. Do you think the school yokai and I can get along? Who knows? Maybe it'll be difficult? Couldn't even make human friends. Could you make friends with the non-humans, I wonder? I'll give it my all. Because if I can't relive my life, then at the very least I want to correct my past mistakes in this new one. Murray's expression overflowed with more determination than any other face should have shown today. There are a lot of dead and depraved children, but a dead and determined child. That's unusual. Of course, Murray, you're an interesting girl. No, a weird girl. Higanbana jumped over the railing, but she took the shape of a human like the day they met in the library room. Everyone's gonna want you to introduce yourself pretty soon. Also, I should probably direct you to our class. By class, could that be Classroom B? The name tag on Higanbana's chest. School year was blank, but the class name, B, was written there. That name tag that had once seemed blotted out by their name. How was it now that she could read so clearly? Classroom B? You're wrong. It's Classroom 13. Oh, I see. The numbers have gotten dirty. Sorry about that. Classroom 13. That kind of classroom doesn't exist anywhere in this school. Yet, there's no doubt that the classroom is in this school. Come, Mesomeso-san Murray. Take the hand of the doll that dances, Higanbana. Higanbana slowly reached out her hand. After hesitating ever so slightly, Murray took her hand. It wasn't because she was scared. The job of a school yokai is tough, you know? We must surround ourselves in ill omens and wickedness as we dye the dark of night even darker. The night even darker. Yes. If the night was truly dark, only then will daylight brightly shine upon the school. One wicked teacher swallowed by the dark night. At the end of the day, the school will become a better place, won't it? Congratulations. This was your first victory, right? You're the strive for it, so be sure to keep a count, alright? Count? Count one. The number of people we've cursed to death. This is your first, you see? No, I want to count something like that. Well, that might be why you're interesting, Murray. Or that kind of faint-heartedness. Maybe you'll be even bullied in our class? And it has the classic, one... Are those apostrophes, or... I don't know what to call them, but... It's like in quotation marks, because there's only one quotation mark. If I'm bullied, then I'll ask my friends for help. Friends? Like who? Higanbana, please, become my friend? This doll that dances, Higanbana, become your friend? But I think you should wait a little longer when it comes to choosing your friends. For a while, Higanbana, even though this was no laughing matter, split her sides with laughter. When she was finally finished, she shrugged her shoulders. Marie is fine with that, and it's fine. If there's someone who knew the real me, and I wouldn't take up such a reckless proposal. Perhaps ignorance is bliss. Higanbana might seem cold-hearted, but well, I think you're a good person. Really? Yes. Does that bother you? Thanks. Eh? Higanbana let go of Murray's hand, walked down the hallway alone. It's this way. You see? The hallway extends. One come out for humans, and they can't see it. Do you see it? Yes, I can see it. The impossible hallway extended far into the darkness. When she was a human, there would have been a wall there, and on the hallway stretched far into the distance. Then come. Following after Higanbana, we enter the darkness. Is that the end? Oh. The end of the day, no one had seen Kanamori. Of course, neither had they seen Marie Moria. The one called the Master of the Infirmary, the Western doll called Higanbana, was even now sitting atop the medicine cabinets. There's a rumor that inside the bathroom of the former school building lived a yokai. Said each night one could hear the accursed screams that the pitiful teacher had been strangled to death. According to the recent school reorganization, when the school became a mammoth school, boasting with pride of the number of students it contained. So too, then, came the strange school tale about the 7 mysteries, adding one more to the number. What's this song? I like it. It's kinda creepy. Higanbana no Saku Yoru ni. That was fun. What's the next one called? The Spirit Camera. That sounds fun. See you guys next time with some more Higanbana. Bye.